I am the light. I am the way. I am the fallen. If Pandora's box provided hope, so too did the tree of knowledge, the tree of life. So too did it provide hope, and so too do I. What great manner of things in this world do spawn from hope? Surely art, surely desire, surely passion. Can these things too not be noble? Then would the great fall be noble too in its design? Surely these earthly designs have noble purposes. Is it then so impossible to fathom that I have noble purposes? Surely my designs are thought to be earthly. By direction, the great fall was towards the earth. From above, he is the one that allowed such a fall, as he is the one who allows all pain. If the holy world is a place of purity, then nobility lacks definition. Without me and mine, there would be no nobility, no hope, and no earth. I am the light that gives man hope. I am the way provided for man's salvation. I am the fallen from man's great oppressor.
Sadie, that wasn't the assignment.
It was a dramatic interpretation.
I'm well aware of what it was, but that wasn't the assignment. In fact, it was practically the opposite of the assignment.
But
as we've discussed in class, had you been paying attention, it was rather in vogue in the 19th and even 20th century to sympathize or be seduced by Milton's Satan. But the assignment was to point out the flaws Milton skillfully provides Satan to undermine his more compelling speeches. Any careful reading of the text, which you obviously didn't do, will show you the hypocrisies of Satan's better to reign in hell mantra.
I worked really hard on this.
See me after class. Jonathan, would you like to read your report? You can sit down, Sadie. Jonathan, come up here and read your report.
You're a freak.
Many times throughout Paradise Lost, Milton provides us with clues as to why Satan is the bad guy. First of all, Milton is a Christian, and Satan is the bad guy in Christianity. So,
What?
Jonathan, can I interrupt you?
Yes, sir.
Do you use the term bad guy throughout your report?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we say antagonist instead?
Milton's
smell it.
antagonist,
Smell what?
Satan, is the
Vag
antagonist because Milton believes that Satan is
What are you talking about?
the antagonist.
Your breath smells like a used tampon.
God, however,
okay?
is the good guy. Can I say good guy? Can I go?
We'll pick up tomorrow from Jonathan's speech, but I want those reports sitting on my desk before you leave this class. Sadie, you're a bright girl, but I'm pretty sure you didn't write this. Why don't you take tonight, the weekend even, redo the assignment, and I'll just take 10 points off your grade for being late.
Sounds fair.
Do you enjoy this Paradise Lost stuff?
Look, Mr. Haster, I'm gonna be late. I'll get you your paper on Monday, okay?
All right, Sadie.
That was some freaky shit.
Yeah, I know. I found it in my mom's stuff.
No kidding?
Yeah, I think my parents spent their college years doing acid and talking to demons.
Awesome. Hey, what are you doing tonight?
Tonight? I think I'm meeting up with Danny. Why? What's up?
Sorry.
What was that?
Nothing. I just clicked the wrong thing. You know, a mistake.
Whatever. I should probably just go.
So we're gonna watch a movie.
I don't know.
I rented it for us.
Rented? From where?
Actually, I borrowed it.
Borrowed it? Danny, we have school tomorrow.
It's not even 8.
Well, how long's the movie then?
It's like an hour, maybe a little more.
I don't know. I wish you'd fucking shave.
Do you want me to put it in?
Whatever. I'm gonna go in an hour anyway.
Dad?
Finished studying at Crystal's?
Yeah.
Crystal's mom said you weren't there.
I went to Danny's.
You should have called.
I think we're breaking up anyway. Where's Mom?
Crystal's mom said you never even stopped by there.
So Mom's asleep then?
Yes, dear, she's asleep.
The TV was loud.
Greg? I gotta go. Your father told me
That I had to go? That's good, because I do need to leave. I'm late.
about not being at Crystal's last night.
And I explained to him that I went to Danny's. What's the big deal?
See you at 4, right after class.
What the Romantics failed to grasp, or didn't want to grasp, was that Milton saw Satan's speeches as attempts at seduction, and Milton saw seduction as evil. Furthermore, rebelling against God cannot possibly lead to goodness or nobility. The Romantics wanted to justify their own desires of freedom, so they projected their theories onto Milton's work.
You want to go to the mall after school? I need some shoes.
Can't. I've got a date with Phil.
Cup of feel, Phil? You're kidding me.
You should come. Call Danny. We can go catch a movie or something.
I am not spending my night watching Phil manhandle your breasts. I'm definitely not calling Danny.
What's wrong with Danny?
He's a fucking perv.
Guys are pervs.
No, I mean he likes to look at freaky shit online. Like cartoon porn, the Japanese stuff. All those girls getting raped by octopuses and shit.
Ew.
Danny can just go play with himself.
Danny was so cute.
I'll just call you on Saturday or something.
I'll call you. You're always up so early on Saturday mornings.
Bye then.
Do you know why you're here, Sadie?
My parents brought me.
Yes, but do you know why your parents brought you, Sadie?
I had a seizure. Or, I guess, convulsions. I don't know what they are.
Have you had these convulsions before?
Yes.
How often have you experienced them?
This is the third time.
Well, I think that pretty well establishes why you're here, Sadie. Let's talk about your school. Do you get good grades?
They're good, especially in the easy classes. Chemistry is hard, but if I get a C in it this semester, it'll be the only one this year.
What do you plan on taking in college?
I don't know. Why are we talking about school?
Well, when I talk to adults, I usually ask them about their work.
Why?
Well, it lets me get to know them just a little bit better without making them feel too uncomfortable.
And school is like my job?
Well, no. What us therapists do is treat children like small adults. That might be why we get so much wrong with children.
I'm not a child.
No, but you're not yet an adult. Do you ever have any friends at school, Sadie?
I have a lot of acquaintances. Only a couple of really close friends.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I just broke up with him. He was just too weird for me.
What you looking at?
Nothing. What are you doing here?
I have to do a research paper. Saw you here, so I figured I'd say hi.
Oh. Well, hi.
Can we talk?
I gotta get going. I thought about it. I think it's men that make me uncomfortable. You're all perverts.
In my experience, all women are perverts, too.
Well, you're in a weird line of work.
Oh, really? How so?
You don't have a long line of normal people coming in here to talk about being normal. You have weirdos talking about their weird stuff. So, of course, you're gonna think everyone's weird.
Oh, are you weird, Sadie? Do you think you're weird?
No, I'm probably the most normal person you've ever talked to.
Well, there's something unusual about you, Sadie. There's something unique about everyone.
That's bullshit. Everyone's unique in the same way, which makes them kinda not unique. I know for a fact I'm not unique.
Well, I think that's all for today.
Is it because I said bullshit?
Oh, no. You can say anything you want to when you're in this office. Just that your time is up.
So, it's been a few weeks with Dr. Rayner.
Yeah, I guess it has. How's it going? He wants me to come more often. And how do you feel about that? I mean, does that bother you? Twice a week? It makes me feel like there's something really wrong. Like I'm fucking nuts. Sadie. Sorry.
Hey, Sadie. Hey,
Oh. Hi.
you aren't gonna wait for me after class gets out?
Look, I'm sorry your boyfriend's too old to walk you to and from classes. Please don't go all codependent psycho on me.
Learning some new phrases at the shrink, huh?
I'm sorry. I've just kind of been in my own world lately. It's like therapy makes you crazy.
What do you talk about with him?
He's trying to develop this oral biography where I tell him everything that's ever happened to me, and then he talks to my mom and dad, and they do the same thing.
Weird. So this Danny thing is like 100% over, right?
Yes, for the last time, that chapter in my life has very much ended.
So then you have a date next weekend?
No, I'm not going to double with you.
Oh, you're going.
No. You can shoot me up with heroin and drag my overdosed body on your double date, but I wouldn't go anywhere with Phil, even if I were unconscious during the entire thing.
You'd make a really cute corpse.
It's not happening.
When you were 6,
Kindergarten.
what about it? What do you remember?
Recess.
And if you ever want me to do it again, really, I can. It's not a problem.
They look wonderful. I should have you do it more often. Actually, I've got a trip coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, okay, just let me know.
Thanks, Laura. See you later.
Yeah, that's about right.
There seems to be pockets of her childhood that she seems unwilling to discuss, things she can't remember.
What are you saying?
We're entering into the world of blocked memories. Now, as a therapist, I've been down this road before, and I can tell you it's a very dangerous game. Now, if there's anything you haven't told me, I need to know it now.
Look, doctor, I don't know what you're implying, but it's starting to piss me off. I'm sick of paying for visits when you haven't given us any information as to what is happening with our daughter.
Well, on our next session, I'd like to try some, relaxation techniques. Now, I'm not going to charge you for them. All right, goodbye.
Sadie.
If you don't mind. Whoa.
Come on. I promise. I'm not gonna do anything that will make you feel good.
It's not that I wouldn't feel good, I just don't really move that well.
What's wrong?
The fucking bitch bit me!
I don't know what happened.
Come on, let's just step out.
Jesus, you're a psychopath.
Sadie, if you didn't want to kiss him, you didn't have to. You don't have to do stuff like this.
999. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm afraid I'm gonna fall asleep if I keep doing this.
Just relax and concentrate on counting.
998. 997. 667.
Sadie?
Dr. Rayner?
Sadie, do you remember when you were 5? Do you remember where you lived? Greg, I don't appreciate being lied to, and either your daughter or one of you is lying to me.
Well, we spent a summer at my aunt's house. This was in Walker County, near where we live.
Can she go to school tomorrow?
I think it would be in Sadie's best interest to visit that house.
Absolutely not, no.
But being at that house might be the only way to get Sadie's repressed memories to resurface.
Dr. Rayner, I think I've been pretty patient with you throughout this process.
Now, I agree with you, Mr. Clove, but being at that house might be the only way to find out what's wrong with Sadie, and well, we can meet there Friday and spend the weekend.
If Sadie doesn't start showing immediate signs of improvement, your treatment will be over.
Do you remember the farm, Sadie?
No.
Dr. Rayner sure seemed to think so.
Greg.
Hello, Dr. Rayner.
You haven't been here since 1996?
It took us all afternoon to find the key to this place. I'm sorry we're late.
How long ago did your aunt pass away?
Let's see, shortly before...
Before Sadie was in kindergarten?
How are you doing, Sadie?
I'm okay, Doc.
You don't remember this place.
I guess it's familiar, but I don't remember being here.
Let's get inside. Greg, can you grab the bags?
Sure.
Look, someone's been feeding a cat.
Oh? We have a neighbor about 2 miles that way. Greg, who lives further down the road?
It's the Hensons. It's a younger couple that got that farm right out of college. They've probably got 2 or 3 little ones by now. They check on the place from time to time.
No, I don't buy it. It doesn't make sense. The milk is fresh.
Now he's got me scared. Greg, can you go in first?
How do you know it's fresh? Did you take a sip of it?
No, Sadie, I smelled it. Are you coming in, Mrs. Clove? What's upstairs, Sadie?
Dr. Rayner, I respect you, and I understand that you are doing what you think is best, but your tone has gotten progressively more rude since Sadie's last session.
Now, one of the 3 of you is lying to me and knows something. Now, I hope for your sake and mine that that liar is Sadie.
Look, Rayner, act as you'd like to in your own office, but this is our house. We would like a little bit more respect in here. Now, I don't want to have to warn you again.
Your house?
Yes, it was passed to Greg from his aunt when she died.
Still, it's odd that you would refer to it as your house.
Let me go make some coffee.
I'm gonna go check on Sadie.
Isn't that why you're here, Doctor?
Sadie,
Sorry. I was trying to remember things.
how's that going?
Not well.
Are you sure you haven't been here since the age of 5?
Is it unusual not to remember things before turning 6?
Generally, most people start having memories after the age of 3, unless there's some inability to communicate, and, well, your parents said that you were slow to talk.
Oh?
Well, that means a more introverted and sometimes a more intelligent child. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Sadie.
I don't think of myself as introverted.
Don't you slip into your own little world from time to time? Did you know that was there?
No. I think it's in Latin.
Dr. Rayner? Sadie? We're thinking about going and getting some dinner. Any suggestions?
Anything you want would be fine.
Where's Sadie?
She's upstairs taking a nap.
Ave Satanas.
Sadie, dinner's ready now.
Can I have some more salad?
Sure. Sadie? That's enough, Sadie.
Greg's aunt was an odd woman.
Did she know Latin?
My aunt knew a lot of things. I didn't make it my business to know everything she had learned in school.
What are you writing, sweetie? Greg, it's happening.
Enough. This is a terrible idea, and I'm sorry I came. I think I've wasted all your family's time.
Dr. Rayner, you can't leave now. Sadie's worse than before you started treating her.
This is exactly why I need to leave. Either there's some sick joke going on here at my expense, or it's beyond the realm of my expertise.
I can assure you there's no joke here, Dr. Rayner. Now let's just sit back down, finish our dinner, and we'll explain everything.
Your explanation?
When we finish eating, we'll go to the barn.
Why the barn?
Does this mean anything to you?
No.
Okay then.
How did I get down here?
It's okay, Sadie. It's gonna be all right.
You two should come down here. There's plenty of room. Hey, I gotta go. I'll text you the directions.
I don't think Crystal should come out here.
I agree with you. This is a very private matter. It's not helpful to bring more people out here.
Listen to the doctor, Sadie.
She's got homework to drop off, Mom. I'm a week behind as it is.
Greg, why did you bring me to the barn?
If there's anything to look back at and reconnect the dots, here's where I'd look.
What are we looking for?
I'll know it when I find it.
It was a long time ago.
Here.
What is that supposed to be?
That's not even what I'm looking for.
Thank you, dear.
Don't mention it.
Oh, that's very sweet, Mr. and Mrs. Clove, but it doesn't make sense.
Dr. Rayner, my aunt was an unconventional woman.
Go on.
Of course, Sadie's not going to remember any of this. Sadie's never even been in this barn, that I'm sure of.
Sadie may have been to this barn before. I spent some time here when I was pregnant with her before I knew I was pregnant with her.
Please don't tell me I was conceived in a barn.
Do you know what a black mass is, Doctor?
Unfortunately, all too well. There are many case histories based on repressed memories that seem to include such descriptions.
Well, they're a rather tame production in comparison to the orgies often depicted in pop culture.
Greg's aunt was a Satanist
She was a hippie.
who happened to worship Satan.
Satanists don't worship Satan. They show him reverence, just as any respectful individual shows reverence to another's domain.
Greg, are you suggesting that Earth is Satan's domain?
I myself don't believe in Satan. But if you believe he exists, and you also believe that hell is where and what Scripture says it is, then yes, Satan rules over the earth just as God rules over the heavens.
Did your aunt believe in all this and you do not?
Well, at one time I dabbled in some of it. You know, rebellious kid stuff. You could say she dabbled a little harder.
She spent most of her time in an acid haze, and the few times she was actually lucid enough to carry on a conversation, she was always talking about Satan and demons and all kind of other stuff.
I just thought she was trying to freak Laura out.
She did a good job of it.
Anyway, apparently around the time Laura got pregnant, we were in here during a black mass.
What?
You want to know something weird, Doctor? Something we haven't told you? My aunt was a practicing witch.
It was all rather innocent, and again, I didn't even know I was pregnant with Sadie at the time.
It's impossible. Even if something horrible did happen here, that Sadie could have been affected by it while in the womb. There's no memory prior to birth.
Well, were you taking acid while you were pregnant with me? Did you take bong hits while you were breastfeeding me? Maybe I'm just fucked up because I have fucked up parents.
Sadie, there's no reason to curse. I can assure you your mother was no druggie.
I'm your child, right? If I'm fucked up, it's your fucking fault.
What is it, Sadie?
Greg, it's your aunt.
No signal. Sadie, can I see your phone? Sadie, can I see your phone? This has gone far enough. I'm going to go back to the house. I don't think there's anything here that a therapist can do. I think we should call the police. Sadie, why don't you come back with me to the house? We'll call the police and everything will be okay. Sadie?
Sadie? Sadie, you don't need to leave the barn.
Sadie, listen to your father, okay? There are things you don't understand.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sadie, we're fine. At the moment, it's you we're worried about.
Sadie, we still love you.
We'll always love you.
Is he alive?
It's possible. Sadie, step forward and sit. Your mother sat on this very spot, on this same cloth. This happened before you were born. Just as the doctor said, there's no way you could remember any of it.
Sadie, your aunt believed that you were born out of a union between two people. And two
I don't know how to say this.
Telling her any of this isn't going to help. We need to get the doctor to the hospital.
No, we don't. They'll think one of us killed him.
One of us did. Sadie, you can't leave the barn.
What are you talking about, Greg?
This is protected area. As long as the line is unbroken, you're protected. Now give me a hand with the doctor.
I said we're not going to take him out of here.
We're not. He's still breathing. Sadie, sit down.
What?
Your mother and I did something horrible many years ago, and it isn't fair that you're still being punished for it. So this is what has to happen in order to save you.
This is all fucked up.
I'm your father, Sadie. Do as I say. Laura, grab the rope.
What? The rope?
Get in your hands.
What? No!
This is for your own good, Sadie. Hold her down. Ego ostendo veneratio ut quod est suus. Permissum perennis res existo seunt uicus deus mirio illusions munio tribio est decor scientia lacentia quod vos talus munia est non captus levitur. Me cruor of unus animus virgo quod sulvo ceturus trivio sedi tricurum sus lacentia austus ut isus usus sierto vos trivio suus ave Satanas.
You shiver out of fear. See yourself and know who you are.
Who are you?
You know who I am. He wasn't trying to get rid of me.
But the salt. The ritual.
We are far too connected for that. If he could have gotten rid of me, I wouldn't be here now.
What did he do then?
He was trying to control you, Sadie. To suppress your demon.
Sadie? Is everything okay in there? Sadie? Everything's fine, Mom. I'll be out in a minute. Have a seat, Sadie. I guess we need to talk. Where did you learn this word?
know what it means? Have you ever heard of the terms incubus and succubus before?
Yeah?
Where did you hear those words?
What does this have to do with anything?
Well, we were young, and we made some mistakes.
So what? You're trying to tell me I'm some kind of mistake?
No, of course not, honey.
Oh!
Sorry, Mr. Clove. I hope it's not too late.
I'm Phil, by the way.
Oh, Sadie's told us all about you, Phil. Come on inside. Crystal already has.
You know, Sadie, I never noticed it before, but your mom's kind of hot. You really like that, Mr. Clove.
Crystal, really?
Thank you, dear.
Well, Crystal, luck really had very little to do with it. I do have two beautiful girls.
I had another seizure.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's just with the doctor having to leave so abruptly today, it has us all a little frazzled. You understand, right?
These things happen.
It's okay. I stopped it. I was able to stop it when it happened.
So does this mean you don't need the doctor anymore?
Seems the doctor was instrumental in her cure.
So he had to leave. I thought he was going to stay the whole weekend.
Like I said, he left.
Gone.
Then whose car is that?
My aunt's.
Oh,
So does this mean you won't freak out anymore?
Phil.
Yeah. It means I won't freak out anymore.
Oh, Crystal, honey, you shouldn't have done that. Let me get you a bandage. Greg?
Yes, dear?
I think Phil and Crystal should stay the night. It's really late. Maybe you two could go clean up the barn so that Phil would have some place to stay? Seeing as we only have 2 rooms.
Sadie, I really don't think that's a good idea.
You're absolutely right, Sadie. Rather than the barn, perhaps we could clear out a room in the old garage instead.
Sorry my parents are so weird.
It's okay. I'm just glad to see you again. I mean, you just seem more like yourself.
Say Cambion.
Is that what I am?
They made you the way you are.
My father is an evil man.
Do you know what I am?
An incubus?
I can help you, Sadie. I can make them pay for what they've done to you. It's their fault you are the way you are. You shouldn't suffer for their mistakes.
What are you going to do?
I'll help you. But I'll need you to help me as well.
What do I have to do?
You must help me create another. Say, Cambion. they did this to you. Now take control, Sadie.
Why do I have to stay out here? Could get cold. Wouldn't it make more sense for me to stay inside with you?
Sadie's parents are cool and all, but there's no way they're gonna let you stay in the room with me.
Sadie? I'm sorry.
Honey? Sadie, I think we should talk about what happened.
When?
Well, for starters...
When I was 3?
No.
When I was 5, then.
No, Sadie.
Does Mom know?
What?
About every weekend when I was 8?
I've made some mistakes, Sadie. We, your mother and I, certainly have made some mistakes. But what you're thinking, what you're saying happened, it's just not true.
Oh?
Look, you're becoming a woman now.
Am
Certain things did happen, and for that I'm sorry. But you can't let those things control your life.
have more work to do.
I can't tonight, baby.
Why not?
I started.
What?
I don't know. It was weird. When we got here, it just came on all of a sudden.
Whatever. I'm gonna get some sleep.
That's it?
I'm tired.
You weren't tired 2 seconds ago.
Well, I am now. What do you want from me?
Fine. I'll see you in the morning. You know, Sadie had you pegged all along.
What now?
Sadie,
Hi.
what are you doing in here?
Just checking on you. 'Cause you're my guest, so, you know, just making sure you're okay.
Where's Crystal?
She went back in the house. Do you want some water or something?
No.
So you're gonna go back to sleep then?
I don't know. I'm awake now. Why'd you really come down here?
Couldn't sleep.
Is Crystal really back in the house?
I saw her go in.
Did she see you?
No,
So she doesn't know you're in here.
it isn't like that.
Then what's it like? Come here.
I'm sorry I freaked out in your car the other day.
It's okay. Charlie's kind of lame anyway. I'd freak out if I was making out with him.
So, yeah. I guess I came down here to apologize about the other night.
Sadie, you know you're gorgeous, right?
You think so?
If I even thought I had a chance. I mean, this Crystal thing, it's just temporary until the right thing comes along. Look, if you don't want anything by coming here, you should probably just leave. I haven't been around you alone before. It's making me crazy. What are you thinking? Have you ever done this before? I promise it'll be good.
Through you to me, through me to another.
I don't understand.
That's the way it is. You are a Candyman. You are a succubus.
Why did you do that?
It's the only way. You want to help me, don't you?
Not like this. We can't do it like this.
Give him to me. Rid yourself of him. After this, you won't be needed anymore.
No. No. Please.
It's too late to stop now.
Please don't do this.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
Crystal!
It is done. When will we go?
Crystal!
Crystal, please! Stay the fuck away from me! You've got to listen to me. It's not what you think. He's coming for you. Who? What the fuck are you talking about? Crystal, please!
Oh no! Crystal, I'm so sorry. Why her?
This isn't over. She didn't have to die. No one else has to die.
Hi, you've reached the Cloves. Sorry we're not in right now, but leave a message after the beep and we'll call you back. Thanks.
Hi, Laura. It's Mary. I tried reaching you guys on your cell phone, but nobody's answering. Crystal isn't answering her phone either. She was supposed to call me today and let me know whether or not she was coming home in time for dinner. Just getting a little worried is all. Give me a call when you get this, or have Sadie call me. Thanks, Laura. Bye.
Okay, so this all goes back to kid stuff, all right? You got a triangle. It's got a right angle. You know, the two sides, we can find the third. So how does this apply to the pyramids? Anybody?
Hey, Sadie, can we talk?
Now's not a good time.
It'll only take a minute.
I'm late for class.
Are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be?
You haven't been to school these past few days.
It was the weekend.
Yeah, like a few days ago.
Huh? It's Monday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Look, I'm late as it is.
I know about Phil and Crystal.
What about Phil and Crystal?
Come on, don't act like you don't know.
Well, I haven't seen them.
Apparently no one has.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say is, I know things are weird between us at times, but you don't need them to find you someone else.
Huh?
I know about Charlie.
I don't have time to talk about this right now.
Okay, so if we know the measurement of the three sides of the triangle, we can use sine, cosine, and tangent to find the measurement of the angle.
Excuse me, Mrs. Hoover?
Yes?
I need Sadie Clove to come to the office, please.
Sadie?
So you haven't seen her?
No.
Sadie, now you seem to be a little nervous. I mean, is there something going on? I mean, does it have anything to do with Crystal?
Crystal and I stopped hanging out after a bad double date last week. She was seeing this guy. This older guy, and I didn't like him very much. We haven't talked in a few days.
Sadie, you need to be real careful and not lie about anything. Because Crystal's missing. You lying to interfere with our investigation is a crime in and of itself.
I'm scared.
Sadie, why are you scared?
Because she's missing. I think Phil might have something to do with it.
Phil's Crystal's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Do you have his number?
No.
And where did she meet this Phil?
At a college party. She went to a college party a while back.
Which college?
You think this is over because she's dead?
Sadie?
I'm sorry. I left the door open. I didn't mean to.
Sadie, where are your parents?
What?
Sadie, your mother was supposed to water the plants this week while I was gone. And I came back and they were almost dead. I thought she might have forgotten, so I started calling phone numbers. The work phone, cell phone, home phone. Greg's office said they're filing a missing persons report tomorrow. And then I see the door open, and I notice their cars parked in the garage.
I don't know what's going on either.
Sadie, I'm calling the police. I don't know what else to do.
Wait.
You've really fucked things up now.
It wasn't my fault.
Of course it is. All of this, it's all your fault, and you still have work to do.
I don't understand.
You can't just leave us out there.
What about her?
Take her with you.
License and proof of insurance, please.
Okay.
Do you know why I stopped you, ma'am? Your trunk's open.
Oh?
Yep. Ma'am?
Yes?
I'm just gonna close your trunk for you, okay? And you can be on your way. You, stay safe out there, okay?
It's better you're here.
Maybe.
I forgive you.
For what?
For interfering.
You were going to.
It must happen. If not with her, then with somebody else.
Why not with me? So no one else has to suffer.
There is no suffering. Your mother didn't suffer.
Where did the cat go?
I don't know where the cat went.
Let me show you something. Whose car is that in the front?
My parents.
No, the other one.
My doctors. No.
You don't want to go there?
No. Let's go to your house, okay?
I don't think so. I showed my friend. He said they can't hurt you when you're dead. I was scared, but I'm not scared anymore.
Your friend?
My friend.
I think you should go home now. I think I'm going to leave.
You look tired.
I am.
Let me show you something.
It is unfortunate.
You did this.
We had little time. Something had to be done.
Monster. You fucking monster!
I attempted to finish what we had started.
She was just a child.
We have to try again.
Fuck you!
I do not want this, Sadie! What are you doing?
I can't let you touch touch me, not again.
It's far too late to stop now, Sadie. Go!
Can't let you hurt anyone else. I am the light. I am the way. I am the fallen. Without me and mine, there would be no nobility, no hope, and no earth. I am the light that gives man hope. I am the way provided for man's salvation. I am the fallen from man's great oppressor.